was about 4 years ago that the Lord started tugging on our hearts to start an orphanage. And we had a series of events happen. Two young girls who couldn't afford to take care of the baby offered us their babies. And we were like, okay, we would love to take your babies, but we weren't really set up for it.
Right.
And then we started seeing some cases of orphans in the villages and started doing some research and found out that there are hundreds of thousands of orphans between Guatemala and El Salvador. There's so many stories that we've heard of children that are being left in the garbage dumps, children that are being trafficked, that are from even a different country, and they brought them here. So one thing led to another, and we just started praying, and
Right.
After battling and wrestling with the Lord for a couple years, we finally said, we have to do this. Like, we felt like we were at the point where we would be sitting against God if we did not take care of orphans that are out there. So we were just praying, because we didn't want, the biggest thing is we didn't want to ask an individual or, to go and try to push open a door to raise funds, because we knew if it was God, he was going to provide the funds with, instead of doing us a GoFundMe, we wanted to do a God fund me.
That's
We're
right.
going to let God fund this thing. So as God was stirring our heart to start the orphanage, God was stirring a church in Wisconsin to be generous, to raise some funds, to give to a certain project. And then he was also stirring a physical therapist in Minnesota who did barefoot water skiing to raise funds for a specific project. He didn't know what. The church in Wisconsin didn't know what.
Right.
And they came together and they sent us a check. It was literally about 2 weeks after we discovered this property. We were offered this property for sale. And it was exactly, almost to the penny, exactly what we needed to purchase a property. And we received that funds. We knew it was a God thing then, and we said, here we go, let's go for it.
Yep. And I think something that the journey we've been on over the past 10 years has been this journey of trust. So when he gave this idea of the orphanage, like your initial, fleshly thought is, oh my gosh, how is this going to happen? How is it all going to come together? But then instantly I thought, you know what? God has been with us this entire time. Like, we've trusted him with everything. He's always come through. We've never been without. We've always had what we need. We sat back almost in like this smile on our face, like, let's watch what God does. So for me, today was monumental. Like, to me, it was promises fulfilled, prayers completed. People would come to me and say, well, Alicia, so who do you have who's going to take care of the kids? I'm not sure. And well, where are you going to get the funding to feed them all? And I'm not really sure. And well, what kids do you have there? We don't have any kids yet. And finally, I started telling people, it's kind of like Noah's Ark. God just gave us the vision. We have no idea how it's going to come out. We're just going through with every step until it's complete. And today felt like we had completed a milestone.
Inaugurating phase 1 and phase 2, and now we're ready to open the doors. So it's a huge milestone, I mean, to see what God has done. I mean, he's proved himself to be who he is.
Yep.
Jehovah Jireh, he's the provider. He's our all in all. He's everything that we need to get the mission fulfilled.
Yep.
And we're so grateful and joyful. God wins. I mean, through the midst of the hardships to get to here. And God wins at the end of it all. we were so sold on this vision that we were willing to die for it. Like we were willing to give our life for it. And I've had dreams where we're literally going out and rescuing kids from the pits of hell, kids that are hopeless, kids are on the verge of dying. It's been our heartbeat to just give our life so that kids can live in freedom.